Good morning. I'm drinking from my Heaven on Earth construction crew mug. It's a great Wednesday when you can play in this mug. I'm a Heaven on Earth construction crew member. I was anointed that by my dear friend and awesome spiritual beacon and metaphysical master, author of a new book, Unstuck, the physics of getting out of your own way. My friend Jennifer Huff, shouting out to you, Jennifer, as I'm drinking my morning latte from my favorite mug. Yum. Let me take a sip. I hope you're drinking something yummy wherever you are. Many, many blessings. Thank you again, Jennifer, and happy Hump Day, everyone. It's another Wednesday. Yay, isn't it nice that they come one right after the other? Like every week there's a Wednesday, which means every week I get to be with you for my weekly Hump Day Happy Chat. Yeah, Hump Day. Yeah. Okay, so good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm Valerie Renee Shepherd, Dr. Valerie Renee Shepherd, coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. And self-mastery is mastering you in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way. Exquisite, one of my favorite words, meaning to put all the things together in the most stupendous way possible so that it delights you and fills you up. That's my definition. That's probably not in the dictionary quite that way. So here at the Hartley Center, the whole idea of self-mastery is pretty important. Important enough that I even wrote my doctoral dissertation on it. That self-mastery is the way to the nirvana that we're all seeking. In my book, right over there, I put at the beginning that raising your consciousness is the only way that I know of to find true and lasting happiness, deep, abiding joy, inner peace that surpasses understanding. Like that level of high vibration living doesn't come from acquiring things, not even experiences. It comes from knowing yourself, accepting yourself, loving yourself. It comes from activating the highest version of you and bringing that version into all of your experiences, into your life. Being that. So I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll come back and spend some time. I post all of the Hump Day Happy Chats on my YouTube channel, youtube.com, Valerie Shepherd. And we send them out to people who are on my mailing list as well so that you have them and can take a look at them all different times. And of course, I have my private group on Facebook called The Bliss Collective, facebook.com/groups, The Bliss Collective, where we actually practice the teachings in order to raise our individual vibrations and thereby creating a higher vibration on the planet. So as each person heals him or herself or itself, we all rise up. The boat rises with a tide that's filled with the higher vibration. That's what I'm about. That's what we're about in the Bliss Collective. So if that's what you're about and you're not a member, come over and play with us. We have a lot of yummy, good, delicious things going on. And if you're watching this on replay, maybe you could do a hashtag replay and tell us some comments or your thoughts. Or today's question is, after you hear what we're talking about, what do you think go wild and be free really is? Like, what's your favorite way to go wild and be free? That's today's title, Hump Day Happy Chat, number 166, y'all. Go wild, be free. And I even have it drawn here, if I can reach it with my right hand. Here it is, free. Thank you. Shouting out to Jessica Wong, one of my students who drew this for me. Go wild and be free. Yes. What does that look like? Oh, I bet you some of you have got some visuals in your head of a different kind of free than what I'm talking about. I even get some visuals when I say it. Reminds me of some days gone by in my life where freedom was really kind of kooky and crazy, and lots of fun things happened when I was being wild and free. That's not exactly the kind of free that I'm talking about. So we'll dive into that in a second. A couple little notes. I would love for, if you're come over in the Bliss Collective, we Ask Valerie Fridays. People in the group ask me questions. I post the answers. Um, if you what you have to ask about is a little bit sensitive and you'd like to keep it private, that's not a problem. Just send it to me in a private message. I change the names and change the story so no one knows it's you, and we talk about it more in a general sense. And here's what I love, just as much as all that. When you apply the teachings and you see how they work in your life, or how it was an abysmal failure in your life, I'd like to know. Like, share what happens. That way we can refine and chat and we can continue to raise our vibrations together. Let's be in community and let's change the world, not by going out there and being a volunteer and doing all kinds of work. All that stuff is fabulous. We're not saying anything against that. And the deepest and highest blessing that you can be on the planet is to shift you, is to heal you, is to refine you, is to love you, is to raise yourself up. That's how you give from a full cup. That's how it becomes lasting and deep and infused with love and magnificence. Another cool thing that's going on right now over in the challenge, I have a grow in self-mastery, flow into bliss. Notice the connection there? Self-mastery is what leads you to bliss. Grow in self-mastery, flow into bliss. 7-day challenge to have more ease, peace, and joy. Yabba dabba do. The challengers are at work. We started a couple days ago. They're posting their own work. They're engaging in the private forum. Their results are in process. They're bubbling up. Their vibrations are shifting. I can feel it. They can feel it. It's absolutely fabulous. I run these periodically, so please watch for the next one. It's free. It's all about mastering you, taking yourself to the next level. You'll get some cool skills, some great legacy things that can help you no matter what. And if you want to check that out, it's tinyurl.com self-mastery challenge. tinyurl.com/self-mastery challenge, all one word. Okay, so let's get in today. Go wild, be free. I love this. A friend of mine a long time ago, wasn't that long ago, several years ago, gave me this book by Lonely Planet, Happy, Secrets to Happiness from Cultures Around the World. And I love it. I love to just open it up and see what cultures are doing. And I may specifically look at a time of year for what might be going on, how might other cultures be expressing happiness. You know, there is this International Day of Happiness every year. It's March 20th. And I love that there's something like that to mark that happiness is important. And there are a lot of studies that are released around International Day of Happiness, and a lot of energy around updating each other on what is happy, how do different cultures do happy, like what is there to know about happy. And like I said, I love it all. And when happy is something that gets celebrated once a year, and when happy is something that we kind of focus on periodically, my belief is that it turns it into what it's always been, what it always was for me, is this thing that I get in spurts, that it's on and then it's off. It's on and then it's off. And even if it's on for 2 weeks while I'm on a cruise, or if it's on for 3 weeks while I'm on a photographic safari, or if it's on for a long weekend while I'm celebrating Carnival or something, it still feels fleeting. It still feels intermittent. It still feels less than, especially with the wisdom that I carry now. I know what I was trying to do then didn't work. That's why I'm on the path that I'm on now and sharing with you the wisdom that I'm sharing. So I love this book, and I love looking at happy and happiness from all different vantage points. I did that in my book. And I'm here to remind us all, let's make it an everyday phenomenon. Let's make it so ubiquitous as to be mundane. Let's make it such a boring thought that we're talking about being happy, because we incorporate, we live happy every single day. So, to this book. And let's get into what the Hump Day Happy Chat's about. How do we make it a part of us all the time? The second nature variation of the theme. Let's create that. That's a part of raising your vibration. That's a part of how you feel that blissfulness all the time, that it gets baked into you, that you are carrying it around and sprinkling it like pixie dust everywhere you've been. You've been in situations where you come into the countenance of someone and you say, wow, what is that? Boy, would I like some. Boy, would I like some tea right now. Green tea latte. And I make mine with matcha. So there's matcha powder in there and whipped cream. Yum, yum, delicious, delicious. So you've been around people who are exuding something that you think feels so good that you want more. And you may even ask yourself, how do I get that? Like, what are they? Well, sometimes people are asking, what are they smoking? Sometimes, what are they eating? What are they drinking? Where have they been? How do I get me some? Gimme, gimme, gimme. I want them. I want it. I want it. My little girl gets really excited. Give me some, especially when she sees food. So from this book, I looked at page 91 from Happy Around the World, and it's talking about Carnival. And it's this time of year, February and March in Brazil, is Carnival, where business is shut down. Like the entire culture embraces this idea of letting loose, of going wild, of being free. The entire culture. Imagine that. The whole place shuts down. It's celebrated this time of year. And it's a couple of different cultural phenomenons coming together. They're bright colors, lots of delicious food, music, dancing in the streets. It's Carnival. We have our own version in the United States around this time of year in New Orleans or Nolans, down in Nolans. Yes, yes, yes. It's the sister to Brazil's celebration. So there is this idea in cultural phenomena around letting loose, around going wild, around being free. It's just kind of been diminished, boxed up, imprisoned, potentially. So now, since we probably can't shut down all work and simply play with total abandon, it's not true for all of us that creating a complete time away is possible. It's a blessing to be able to take even a couple days of vacation, or to be in a situation where there's paid time off. It can be a real big blessing, and not everybody has that. And this is kind of my point. So if your outer circumstances don't give you the push or the impetus, the opportunity to go wild and be free, known as a paid vacation, So that's the outer world giving you the opportunity. What do you do? Like the idea that all work and no play is a bad formula is proven over and over. Whether you look at stress, whether you look at stress-related illnesses, there are a number of ways that scientists and learned people around the world have created the understanding that rest, downtime, away time, alone time are beneficial. So all work and no play not only makes us dull, as the saying goes, it also can make us sick. It also can give us an earlier footstep into the grave, the leaving of the body and leaving of the physical world. Now, we've been conditioned to color between the lines, to run this sort of societally made obstacle course that supposedly leads to the true formula of success. And even if you're smugly out there thinking, well, that's corporate people, I'm an entrepreneur, I don't work for anyone but myself, you're kind of kidding yourself. You work for your clients and your customers and for your bottom line and for maybe your shareholders and even nonprofits. You are working for the constituents that you serve. So we're all sort of serving some sort of quote unquote person who is the commander of what we're doing. If it's your why, your deepest why, you're serving something. And so this idea of we got to do it this way to create success. Somebody's calling the shots. Well, I only work this way because they expect it. Well, I mean, it's tax time. This is time in the United States when all the accountants are in the same cacophony of screaming, it's tax time. I have to work this way. So just notice what's coming up for you in this discussion of how am I imprisoned or held to account for this aspect of a belief around hard work being how I get success and how I find ultimate happiness and how I create a future, maybe called retirement, that is what I want it to be. You know, there are lots of roots for where this focus on hard work and performance-based ideas of success come. One is it's rooted in puritanical societal beliefs at the beginning of this country, the founding of the United States, that the divine accepted us and we proved our worthiness to the divine through work, through sacrifice, through struggle, through striving. We were given one day off, Sundays. And so maybe on Sundays, hundreds of years ago, very protected as a certain time to not be working. And then Sundays were also a time when you worked at being worthy in the religious world's eyes by going to church and doing certain things. So even on the Sunday, in certain ways, religion had us working to find ourselves worthy, to hope that the divine would in fact bless us after this life and anoint us as worthy. So many of us may have wounding around what the idea of worthiness is and whether the divine, if you are a believer and in relationship with God or the divine, your higher self, however you'd like to call it, a supreme energy. I call that energy God. I don't call it a masculine. I definitely don't see it as a white masculine anything. To me, the divine is the principle of unconditional love. That's what I serve. Unconditional love. So if we've been wounded by this idea that we're serving this being that somehow doesn't think we're enough and that we are struggling and striving in order to prove that we're enough, the idea of going wild and being free may be toxic to us. It may be frightening. It may trigger all kinds of, no, I can't do that. And even though there's a part of us, the true self, that really knows that's what you are, the true self that is like, yeah, let's do that. Even though that's inside of us, to be released, to be expressed, to be nurtured, to be valued, to be trusted, to be loved, to be. That voice may be smashed down by this other aspect of ourselves that thinks we're doing what we need to do to have joy. So I'm here to tell you, let's do it differently. So what did we do in a Hump Day Happy Chat that says, go wild, be free? If we want to unhook from the concept of success being hard work, proving yourself worthy, performance-driven ideas of a checklist of the accomplishments that say, I'm it, I'm the shizzle. Hire me, promote me, bonus me, love me, take me along, prop me up, listen to me, watch my movies, buy my food, whatever that is. It's time to unhook from that. So what can you do to let loose happen? What are your options for relaxing the rules a little? This is not about throwing everything out and living with reckless abandon every moment, but this is about making there be some freeness and wildness and looseness and fun in every day. In every day. Where is your place in every day? Whether it's on your way somewhere, first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening, during a lunch break, whatever that is, during whatever breaks that you have, creating time and space for you to loosen the chains that bind you to a constricted way of being you in your life. Release what's not serving you about that constricted way of being you in your life. Create a new story of how you want to be you in your life, and then live it. Live it. Play at it. Experiment. Try this. Try that. Find out what really feels good. And give it to yourself. Be the gift that you want. Don't wait for someone else. Give it to you. That's what beingness is all about. Beingness. Beingness. Both and incorporated together, meaning integrated, like oil and vinegar, like who and what you are, an integrated spiritual human person. That's what you are. So the formula, let's talk about the blueprint, the formula for this go wild, be free every day. Number one, you should be knowing this by now, breathe. Whenever we're in the space of wanting to hear the inner self, when we're wanting to connect more deeply to source energy, when we're wanting to make sure that we are hearing what is really true coming from the deepest recesses of the self, the inner plane of our existence. Number one is to breathe deeply. Evacuate old stale energy. That's a metaphor. Old stale breath is a metaphor for the old stale ideas, the old stale things that are controlling you in your life. Deep breathing helps you remember, yeah, I need to get rid of those things. Deep inhale is like, oh, what more is possible in each breath that I take? You breathe a little deeper. You feel a little settling coming into the body, into your presence. From that place, connect into your heart. You could do that by placing your hand on your heart. I like to tilt my head downward, connect with my heart from my three eyes. So my third eye if my eyes are closed, all three eyes if I open my eyes, allow them to open. I connect with my heart. I place my breathing there even. Imagine myself breathing into and out of my heart, knowing that my entire system is coming into what heart math calls coherence. I'm creating a vessel of coherence where everything in my entire system is coming into coherence, organization, alignment with my heart. Powerful, powerful tool of guidance right in the center of my chest. We're not talking about the romantic heart here. We're talking about the business heart. We're talking about the sacred seat of your soul. You come into alignment with your heart. Breathe through there, that vessel, that chamber, that opening. Breathe through it. Breathe into it. Breathe out of it. You tune into the heart and you might ask a question. I ask it like a declaration. I am now being shown my freedom for today. Show me joy in this moment. Speak to me that which would make me freer, happier, peaceful in this moment. Ask your heart, not your brain. Your brain is going to analyze, what time is it? How much time do you have? Well, if I did this, it would take 6 minutes and I don't have 6 minutes. Your brain is going to do what it magnificently needs to do. You need your brain to be the brain. You don't need to use your brain for everything that you be. You don't need to activate your brain, call on your brain, engage your brain for everything that you are called to being. So this is a quiet the mighty mind moment and a tune in to the magnificent essence that you are in the center of your chest. Ask the heart. I used to have a spiritual teacher that would say, heart speaks, it could be wild. There's some validation. The heart speaks, it could be wild. The heart is going to speak with the truest message from you, to you, for you, by you, about you. About you. So listen for the heart's message. Now here's a really important piece. The heart does not necessarily speak in full sentences. The heart does not necessarily speak in grammatically correct language. The heart may not speak in language at all. Language of the heart, maybe for you, pictures, maybe gradations of shades of color, gray, blue, vibrant. The heart may speak in monosyllabic words. So, for example, the monosyllabic word you hear might be rest. And then your brain takes a hold of it and says, why you can't do that? No. Get deeper connection. Wonder what that means. Show me, heart. Tell me more about rest. It may speak in a monosyllabic word called walk, smile, dance, explore. Explore. So let's take that word explore. So you hear that monosyllabic word explore comes into your heart, comes into your awareness through your heart. Explore. And you think, okay, today is about explore. The happiness of today is about explore. And then you might say, what do I explore? And you might feel opening or tingling in your hands. And maybe the explore is about something to do with your hands. Maybe the explore is about another sensation. So you listen for the sensation, you feel for the sensation in your body that goes along with that listening. Ears not necessary. A listening for a message from deep inside you. And then you look at the both and how do they combine into heart guidance that is telling you something very specific about you, for you. Explore might be something really wild and crazy. Drive some go-karts. Maybe that's not about today, but it's about this week. Maybe the explore is about painting or drawing. Maybe that's why you got tingling in your hands. Maybe the explore is the piano, which is one of the explore messages that I got. And I was blessed to be gifted a petite baby grand piano. Gifted to be gifted a petite baby grand piano, which I manifested free and clear from a loving friend. That's another Hump Day Happy Chat manifestation. So explore might be coming through as a word, tingling, an idea, a leaning forward. That's a body test for something wanting you or you not wanting it. Leaning backward, leaning forward, that's a muscle test. Smile. If that's your message, smile might be about going to do some laughter experience, or it might be about an inner smile. It might be about going and volunteering in the neonatal ward at the local hospital and getting your smile from caring for very tiny babies needing love as they are entering the world. It may be any number of things. The whole idea here is the formula for your go wild and be free, for your how do I let loose every day, a little bit looser in my life every day. The message is going to come from inside you, and it's going to be unique to you and your experience, unique to how you unhook from the success and striving, proving, struggling, and trying to find worthiness through your performance. The truth is, you're already worthy. The truth is, you were born worthy. You came into this earth suit already worthy, innately endowed as image and likeness, divinity, incarnating, unfolding, to bring that heaven into this earth. And I encourage and invite you to get into your happy every day. And the more you can integrate your happy into what it is you call work, what it is that is your purpose, how it is you express your why am I here. The more that you can do that, the happier and you will be, and the easier it will be to find it, to be in it, to express it, to be it every day. Yay! Yay! Thank you for joining me. We're coming to the end of the Hump Day Happy Chat. I challenge you. Come and join our challenge. I challenge you to put this practice into practice in your life and then see how it unfolds. Stop compartmentalizing your life such that happiness is compartmentalized for another time and place, and it's all about getting it done. I've got to get somewhere, and I've noticed that in my life. I've had this never-ending feeling that I'm behind. I can even feel the energy coming up right now. This never-ending feeling that I'm behind, that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. And then when I tie that to the old ideas of worthiness from being somewhere, being first, being the best, when I tie those together, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. That means I must not be worthy. Those things are not a pretty picture. And those things lower my vibration if I choose to anchor in them for too long. And I love it when I allow myself to feel that energy. Oh yeah, it's still there. You're never going to be beyond your wounds. You can be beyond them running your life, but you'll never be without them. They're a part of you for a reason. They're a part of the wisdom that you can bring to any moment. And that's why self-mastery starts with self-awareness. Knowing that a wound is down there is how you ensure the wound informs and doesn't control. So get into this challenge of happiness every day. How do I honor myself, love myself, anoint myself, everything, right here and right now, and release the idea that I have to perform my way to being loved by the divine, to perform my way to being acceptable by those around me, to perform my way to belonging in my group or my culture or society. Love yourself enough to swim in your own lane. Happiness is inside you. Activate it and be it, and you will have happiness every day. Many blessings. We close with the Karanaya Metta Sutta from the Buddha, prayer of loving kindness. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is not about work and struggle. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, peace, love, joy, and emotional freedom. And may all beings be free. Yay, go wild, be free. Happy Hump Day. Many blessings. Bye now.